So I might be in bed by 8:45. Feel a little old, but I'm still alive. Senior discounts, all that jive. I just turned 55. Greetings, one and all, and welcome to Tom's Hit Parade. By the way, I invite you to hit that subscribe button, give me a thumbs up if you like what you see, share this video with your friends, and leave me your thoughts down in the comment section. It would elicit enthusiastic exclamations from me. So anyway, as probably noted in my thumbnail, and as you heard intimated in my lovely solo there in my cold open, I just recently had a birthday, and as has become kind of the tradition basically around here with my birthday, I had just had my fourth annual, I can't believe I've done this 4 years in a row already, my fourth annual birthday thrift store crawl. I hit all the St. Vinny's and all the Goodwill stores in the Eugene Springfield area. Hit all but two of them on Monday and Tuesday of this past week. Had those 2 days off. The other two I hit like 2 weeks ago, back when I had jury duty. Uh, yes. I can't remember if I told you the story or not, but yes, I had a card for jury duty, reported. Unfortunately, I somehow reported on the day after I was supposed to be there. Didn't get in trouble for it, but had to reschedule. So anyway, so yes, that day where I would have been in the jury room, I didn't do it on purpose, honest. I actually was able to go to a few thrift stores and whatnot. But anyway, so yes, I will of course be showing you the haul of the highlights of my spoils from my thrift store crawl. But first, I thought I would, and I thought about splitting this up into two videos. This first half, the first thing I'm going to do, and then my haul in a separate video. But I figured it's my birthday, do a nice long video. I might as well go big or stay home. And by the way, yes, I know this is a long video. Sorry about that. But as you guys know, I break my videos up into chapters, as you'll see along the scrub bar, and the chapters are named in the description below. So if you have to go away and come back later to your YouTube watch history, just click on the appropriate chapter and you're popped right back to where you left off. So anyway, before I show you my haul, I actually got a couple of packages. So, being a birthday themed video, I thought I would open packages, kind of like opening presents. It's 3 packages. 2 of them I already know what's inside of them because it's stuff that I ordered. But the third one, and I'm going to save this one for last just to put in a few more minutes of building anticipation. I got this from my little brother, my friend Noah. He sent this a few weeks ago. Oh, actually, October 16th is a postmark, so he sent it almost exactly a month ago. But it got here so close to my birthday, I figured I'd hold it over and open it on my birthday. And when I remembered that I usually do a video for my birthday, I thought I'd save it for a few more days until I was in front of the camera. So anyway, thought I would go ahead and to avoid making this video any longer than it needs to be, I'll do the first package here is from FSM CDs. That is the soundtrack marketplace run by a acquaintance, a friend who used to run a magazine and record label dedicated to film scores, as the name implies. So, yeah, a former media mogul, mini media mogul, as it were, Lucas Kendall. So yes, he put up an assortment of CDs a few weeks ago. About half of them were Jerry Goldsmith titles, and there were a few of them in there that caught my interest that I wanted to go ahead and pick up. So there's a package, and so yes, a few of them I was interested in. We have Small Soldiers. It's a movie I've never seen, but it looks interesting. It kind of looks like it's a movie about the action figures that kind of come to life and wage a war in a kid's bedroom or something. I'm only guessing as to the subject matter of the movie, but looked interesting. And building my Jerry Goldsmith collection there. One thing I didn't arrange ahead of time is a place to stack the CDs. Then this one, I have seen this movie. It was been a long, long time ago. It was a movie called Powder. It's about a teenage boy who has kind of supernatural abilities. It was very interesting. I need to watch it again. It's been forever since I've watched it. It was from 1997 or something like that was when the movie was put out. But yeah, as I recall, the Jerry Goldsmith score was very, very good. You can kind of see a glimpse of what the movie is kind of like. Yeah, it's kind of got supernatural overtones, quasi-spiritual overtones, maybe. But yeah, anyway, it's a movie I got to see again. And then the one that I was primarily after, Gremlins 2. Yes, this is the original Varese Sarabande issue. I believe it's Entrada, who put out a more expanded score since then, but I'm only curious enough about it to get the original release of the score, the smaller release. So yeah, very happy to pick those up and add them to my collection. So yes, yay, some more treasures from fsmcds.com. Now this next package, this box here, this is the second order that I have placed from this guy on eBay. He's an eBay seller. And the first batch was, I had actually just started thinking about collecting the discography of Bette Midler. And lo and behold, this guy had a lot of 20 Bette Midler CDs. And by bizarre coincidence, they included everything up until the stuff that I have of hers. So, I had just a few of her CDs. I got that box, and instantly I have a complete Bette Midler discography. So that was very nice to find that. But this one is a different discography, and actually, again, the same circumstances. I have one of this group's albums, and this box contains all the rest. So I will show you what it is in just a second, as soon as I get all of the bands of tape broken. Will the bands of tape be unbroken? Anyway. Okay, I think I've got all the tape done. So there we go. Here we are. And, just what I always wanted, a bunch of bubble wrap. Let me just drop that box on the floor there. And go ahead and tear the package open all the rest of the way. Yes, the last order that I got from this guy was very, very good quality. The only CD that was of not great quality was a compilation, which I didn't need because I had all of her stuff. And so here we go. Almost there. Hang on. Here we go. And yes, it is the full discography up until the 80s of ABBA. Yes, we've got Ring Ring. We've got Self-Titled. We've got The Album. Very good, interesting title. Super Trooper. We have Waterloo. Arrival. Voulez-vous, and The Visitors. So yeah, and hopefully all the discs are in good condition. This one insert is a little bit wrinkly, but what the heck. It's the music that I am interested in, not the inserts. It'd be awfully quiet if I just stood there and looked at the inserts all day. Anyway, so yeah. And now on to the one I've been waiting to open for a month now, the gift from my little brother Noah. It actually feels heavier than just one CD. So not that I would be disappointed if it was just one CD. I'm only feeling one jewel case in there. Oh, actually, no, it is a jewel case. Oh, actually, it's 3 CDs. Wow. Thank you, Noah. First one here, it's kind of, this is kind of cool. I've already got the album, but it is a promo release of the album Still Life by the Connells, one of my favorite groups of all time. So yeah, very nice, nice little souvenir to have, a promo CD. I don't usually go after promo CDs at all, just because it's just not usually my thing. But hey, somebody gifts one to me, bring it on. And then we have, I've been interested to try this group for quite a while, and I just never have gotten off my butt and done it. Alabama Shakes, so you can't really see, you can sort of see. Boys and Girls is the album. So yeah, cool. I finally get to give Alabama Shakes a shake. So yeah. And then the third one, I think, I think you offered this to me, Noah, in one of your CD pruning sessions. You showed me a picture of a bunch of CDs, and I said, maybe I'll take that one. And he finally sent it to me. This was like 6-8 months ago, but yes, covered by Giles, the J. Giles Band, a covers album, obviously. So interesting collection of tracks here. Where did our love go? I assume that's the Supremes song. Truck Driving Man, Raise Your Hand. Actually, I don't recognize very many of these songs by their titles. So, but of course, I will be very happy to give this album a listen. The only thing I know J. Giles Band from is the song Centerfold, which now that I receive this and Noah's probably watching, Centerfold is one of my most loathed songs of the entire decade of the 80s. I hate that song. But this will give me an option to, or give me the opportunity to listen to more of J. Giles Band. Maybe I am, and is it entirely possible that I am giving them an unfair panning for that one song? But yes, that I do not like Centerfold. If I were to make a list of my most hated songs of the 80s, it would be in the top 5. So anyway, so thank you very much, Noah, for that very nice birthday present. Wasn't officially meant as a birthday present, but hey, any gift that somebody takes the time to pick up, buy, wrap if they do, and put it in an envelope and send it to me. Hey, that's time that they've invested, and I can do nothing but thank them for that. So thank you, Noah. I appreciate that. Okay, enough. Guess I've only wasted about 10 minutes or so. So let's go ahead and get on to the haul. I'm not sure how this is going to work because I'm sitting on a stool and I'm going to kind of have this on my lap, sort of, or I don't know if this table is going to. It looks like it will hold it. Maybe. No, I better put it in my lap. I can just stack the CDs on the table. So anyway, yes, starting on this with this haul. And there's actually a different section right after the actual haul video of the stuff that I bought from the stores. I'll get to that in a few minutes when I'm done with the haul, obviously. Sorted pretty much by genre. First bit is, excuse me. First section here is new age and instrumental and stuff. This is a group and a series of albums. I mean, I've got one or two of Mannheim Steamrollers albums, but a series I've kind of been interested in for a while, but never taken a shot at, is their Fresh Air series. That's kind of what started, correct me if I'm wrong, but it kind of started the entire New Age movement, the Fresh Air series by Mannheim Steamroller. And I've never really, it's one of those things that I never consciously looked for at a thrift store, but this one just caught my eye just because they happened to all be sitting right next to each other on the racks. And so I decided to go ahead and grab them. The first 4 volumes of Fresh Air. We've got first volume here. Fresh Air 2. Oh, show you the backs of the CDs. That's Fresh Air 1. Pardon the glare from the light. Yeah, I kind of have to do this two-handed, don't I? Fresh Air 2. And yeah, you kind of, sorry, the light is bright enough that it kind of hold it at an angle to show the track listing. And then we have, guess what's next? Fresh Air 3. So yeah, I will be excited to put these in at some point and just play perhaps as background music and stuff. And Fresh Air 4. They decided to go with Arabic numerals instead of Roman numerals, starting with number 4. And there's that. So yes, obviously meant mostly for relaxation, ambient-ish kind of listening. But yeah, it's been kind of, it's kind of legendary in the world of New Age music. So I figured it was high time for me to give the Fresh Air series a shot. They had, I believe, 7 volumes altogether. So I've got more than half of them already. And then we have another New Age or acoustic music group that's been around for a long time. Actually, I don't know if they're still around or not, but this is one of their most um, most critically acclaimed, most acclaimed albums, best known albums. Reference Point by Acoustic Alchemy. I know I had this. I think I had it anyway a long time ago. Got rid of it, but have since gotten back into new age music to a degree. So I thought I would give this one a shot again. There's one other album of theirs that's pretty well known and is kind of one of the fan favorites in their discography. I can't remember what the name of it is though. Now this one I have never seen before, never heard of this guy before. I don't know if it's a man or a woman. Their name is Osamu Kitajima, and the album is called The Source. And this was put out on CBS Records. So the classic block red letter against white background spine from the 80s. So yeah, thought I would give it a shot. So some Japanese created new age music. Then we're moving into the jazz. Here we have this guy is the band leader for, was it Jay Leno? I can't remember. Kevin Eubanks. He was, yeah. I think it was Kevin Eubanks and the Tonight Show Band. So I think that was during Jay Leno's tenure. But yeah, it's an album of his called Face to Face. So I would give him a shot. I'd never listened to a Kevin Eubanks album before. So. Then we have a guitarist, a jazz guitarist who's quite famous, pretty much, Earl Klugh. And I think I have one or two albums where he has partnered up with someone else, but I don't think I have any of his, or have ever heard of any of his solo albums. So yeah, I give a shot to expanding my jazz ear, as it were. I'm trying to. This is not ideal for me to put this. Have this where I'm putting it, so I think I'm going to take a chance on putting it on the tray here. Next thing here is I've basically become gotten into the trend of collecting various versions of the classical suite, Peter and the Wolf, the Prokofiev thing, where it's kind of an introduction to the orchestra meant for kids, but it's kind of become a classic, a staple of the classical repertoire. This is, I think, the fourth version of it that I have, and it was there at one of the thrift stores, and so I'd pick it up. It is the Academy of London Orchestra, and Sir John Gielgud is narrating it. Yes, the ones that I have are the Weird Al Yankovic version with music adapted by Wendy Carlos. I have another one with where Sir Alec Guinness narrates it. Hello there. And another one where Patrick Stewart narrates. So I've got a Star Wars Peter and the Wolf and a Star Trek Peter and the Wolf. Ish. But anyway, yes, I will probably not stop at this rendition of collecting them as well. So yeah, it's kind of fun stuff. Yes, and yes, it was Weird Al's rendition that kind of got me into Peter and the Wolf in the first place. So we have one more, and this is another group that I've kind of sort of started collecting. I don't grab every CD of theirs that I find, but this one just looked interesting. The Canadian Brass, Strike Up the Band. The Canadian Brass plays George Gershwin. So always up to listening to interpretations of Gershwin stuff too. So I think that was worth picking up and giving a listen to. So yeah. Oh, and the back of the Peter and the Wolf CD. Not much to look at. And then we're getting into, well, this one is kind of hard to categorize. I'm not sure what genre you'd put this under, but it just looked too interesting to pass up. Presidential Campaign Songs, 1789 to 1996. You can't get more hard to categorize than that, really. Yes, they're all sung by Oscar Brand. But yes, it's 43 tracks. So I guess they are all of the songs from all of the presidential campaigns from the very beginning of our country. So up until 1996. So yes, this one was just too intriguing to pass up. It's on the Smithsonian Folkways label. So I got a couple of soundtracks here. I figured wasn't really looking for these, but when I saw them, I figured I had to pick them up. Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, the classic Gene Wilder version of the film from 1972, 1971. So yeah, lots of great fun songs in there. One of my favorite songs is Pure Imagination. And I didn't realize until a couple of years ago that it actually originated in Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. And another one, which I believe John Williams played on, and I actually did not own this until now, the soundtrack from the film version of West Side Story. So, yep, had to pick that one up. And so, yeah, cool stuff there. And then we're getting into kind of some, well, a little R&B, and then we're going to be going into the blues and country. Found a live album by Lou Rawls, and this will actually fit into the 1966, my 1966 backtracks, which will be coming up in February or March-ish, because this was actually put out in 1966, so it may be a contender for that year's list of favorite albums. So, yeah, I figured that was kind of cool to have. And this one, another interesting one I found. It's actually a 2-disc CD and a DVD. Wynton Marsalis and Eric Clapton Play the Blues. So it's a live concert thing. Live from Jazz at Lincoln Center. So I've got I believe it's Wynton Marsalis and Willie Nelson album as well. So kind of building along that series, I guess you'd say. So yeah, it was too interesting to pass up, and especially with the price point, you get the CD and the DVD. And a lot of these I cannot remember whether I got them at St. Vinny's or at a Goodwill. But oh yeah, now that I'm 55, that's their delineation for senior discounts at both stores actually. So I get 10% off at, I believe, both stores. So instead of St. Vinny's CDs being 99 cents, they're now 89 cents. Yay me! And this one I know I got at Goodwill. Most Goodwill CDs are $1.99. So hey, $1.79 for me. And even less when the color-coded tags are on sale. So yeah. Goodwill's a pretty darn good place to go for used CDs. But anyway, this one was kind of interesting. Sons of the Pioneers, and this is a 2-disc greatest hits collection. And this is apparently a group that's been around for a long, long time, decades and decades, possibly even over a century, maybe even since before recorded music became a thing. But yeah, their members are kind of nebulous. They come in and out all the time, and but hey, I figured some old time traditional country stuff. I'm not afraid to give that stuff a listen. So yeah, why not? And then we move on to more contemporary country. Not particularly a fan of this guy's stuff. I'm not a fan of this guy's stuff, but I figured a 2-disc greatest hits collection was a decent place to start out. Chris Ledoux, the Ultimate Collection. So yeah, 2 discs full of his hits. So give that guy a sampling. So yeah. Then I got take a quick drink here. We're just about halfway done with my thrift store haul here. This one was another thing that was kind of too interesting to pass up. We have Frank Sinatra, the V-Discs collection. Oh, just called the V-Discs. And yeah, it's stuff that is not available on other compilations of his. So yeah, I figured it was interesting. And I guess the V-Discs were records that were made and sent out to the troops overseas, so they'd have something to listen to and all that. So yeah, V-Discs was kind of its own label in a way. So yeah. And of course, Columbia got the rights to the V-Disc catalog and put together a compilation of stuff. So I figured that would be kind of cool to an interesting little bit of history to listen to, kind of like with the presidential campaign songs. So then we have one that this was really interesting. I'm kind of glad I spotted this one. This one I might have spotted in the dollar section at House of Records. I could be wrong. I can't remember. But Richie Haven sings Beatles and Dylan. So yeah. Who better than to, I can't imagine these interpretations of Dylan and Beatles songs being any less than excellent. coming from Richie Havens, a true legend of the music world. So yeah, Here Comes the Sun, Lay Lady Lay, In My Life, All Along the Watchtower, Imagine, uh, Eleanor Rigby, Just Like Woman, The Long and Winding Road. Good selection of songs there. I am eager to listen to that one. And then we have, this was another one that I did not know existed. I'm now vaguely familiar with Peter, Paul, and Mary, but not intimately so. So I'm not surprised that I didn't know this one existed. But I guess you'd call this PPM and, which is Peter, Paul, and Mary with guest vocalists as well, or guest musicians. So yes, Judy Collins, Ramblin' Jack Elliott, Ronnie Gilbert, John Gorka, Emmylou Harris, Richie Havens, Fred Hellerman, B.B. King, John Sebastian, Pete Seeger, Carly Simon. I mean, I had to pick this one up. You can see why I had to pick this one up. So, and I believe it is songs of their own that these singers join them on, or maybe it's the guests' songs that they come in to sing. I don't know. But, regardless of what the program content is, the guest vocalists are some I had to check out. So this artist, I've checked out a couple of her albums here and there, but I've kind of been hoping to find a nice comprehensive best of her stuff, and I finally found one. I found one that was like 10 songs, maybe. It was one of those really skimpy ones, but this one is 21 tracks, and I'm really glad that I happened upon this. Nana Mouskouri at her very best. This is 21 tracks on the not EMI, the Universal label. So yes, probably from her career spanning up to that point. Yes, I was very happy to find this because I really wanted to get a nice thick sampling of her stuff to check out. So yeah, was very happy to find this one. And then speaking of, I think that when I was talking just now about the skimpy Nana Mouskouri collection that I had before, I think it was part of this series, the 20th Century Masters Millennium collection. But I did find one that I wanted to listen to that I didn't have yet of in that series, Liza Minnelli. So yes, I've got some Judy Garland, her mom, and now I've got Liza Minnelli. So yeah. And yeah, just a few songs is all I've really, 12 songs. Yeah, just 12 songs is all I really need of Liza Minnelli. Wanted more of Nana Mouskouri, so yeah. And a latter album by Linda Ronstadt, Humming to Myself. This might actually be her most recent, and I think last, because I think she has retired from singing, album. So, and this is it? Yeah, I think it is mostly, if not entirely, Great American Songbook standards. I'll Be Seeing You, Cry Me a River, Miss Otis Regrets, I Fall in Love Too Easily, Daydream. So, should be very fun to listen to. I've always appreciated Linda Ronstadt's voice. I really like her voice. So it was nice to find that little baby. And this one, I found really interesting treasures I didn't know existed and was happy to find, especially at a thrift store. This is one of them. Bobby Womack. I don't think this was his last album, but it was one of his last few albums. The Bravest Man in the Universe. And this one, I think it's just original songs, but it features guest appearances by Lana Del Rey and Gil Scott-Heron and Fatoumata Diawara. I don't know who that person is. I've never heard of them before. But yes, 11 tracks. And so yeah, it should be very interesting to listen to. I don't think I have any Bobby Womack albums. But yes, I've heard great things about him. I think I've heard snippets of a couple of songs here and there that wanted to check his stuff out a little more. And then this group I kind of like. I've kind of been wanting to look for an excuse to get into, and there was one excuse right here. The Brothers Osborne, their album Port St. Joe, was in the thrift store. So yeah, happy to pick that one up. I've got one of their albums, Skeletons, I think it was, from 2022, I want to say. And I think it was on my list of favorite albums of that year. So I do like what I've heard of Brothers Osborne so far. So, then this one, this is a classic album that I have never heard. Never listened to it. I don't know why. Blind Melon, self-titled. Yes, never heard it before in my life. So, yeah, figured I'd go ahead and pick it up. Yeah. So what's that one song? No Rain, is that the hit that they had? But yeah, shout out to B Girl. Anyway, and then this one looked interesting. I know I've seen this out and about, probably back when it was first released. Never given it a shot, and looked it up on my phone on Wikipedia to see what the group was about, and it sounded interesting, so I'd pick it up. Buckshot LaFunk, and this is a Branford Marsalis project. So yes, I've kind of enjoyed some of Branford Marsalis's stuff, and so since he's kind of blues R&B kind of thing, and I've heard that from what I had read, it kind of melds a few different genres together. So, which, as you know, I'm all for that. So yes, I'm very interested to listen to this one and see what it sounds like. Then we have getting into some American Idol territory here. I've got her first CD. I've had it for a while, and they had Jordan Sparks' sophomore album, Battlefield, there. So I picked that one up. Yep, good voice on her. I enjoy her stuff. So one of these days, I will do a video of my favorite American Idols, and favorite American Idol artists, and favorite American Idol albums. Probably both, maybe just one or the other. But anyway, this one. This was in the choice items locked cabinet thing, and it cost me $2.99, but it was worth it. I'd seen it at Barnes and Noble a few times. Thought about buying it, but ultimately changed my mind. So there was a reason I didn't pick it up until now. It is the Jonas Brothers' greatest hits album, The Family Business. So yes, it's got hits from throughout the Jonas Brothers' career, as well as some solo hits from the guys. So as well, and also one or two songs by DNCE. Yes, Cake by the Ocean and Toothbrush. 4 Nick Jonas solo tracks, and the rest of them are Jonas Brothers hits. So yeah, I figured it was cool. I figured it was definitely worth $2.99 to pick that up. And then this group, I have never. This is another greatest hits. I have never tried these guys out, and saw this there at St. Vinny's in the 99-cent section. So I had to pick it up and give them a shot. Groove Armada. This is the best of. Obviously, they are an electronica group, and I found one by William Orbit also, and picked that one up as well. So I give it a shot. I did go through an electronica phase, so to speak, a while ago, but this was like newer stuff. The kind of guys that like the DJs that have guest vocalists on their stuff kind of got burnt out on that. Got rid of most of the stuff from that genre. But I figured I'd try these guys out. I've gotten a little bit back into it, like Jamiroquai. I kind of like Jamiroquai, and they're more funk. I realize that, but also I thought there was another. I guess that was it. Anyway, so figured I'd give them a try. This one I do already have on LP, or maybe I did have. I might have gotten rid of the LP since I found the CD, but was happy to find this one. Rhythm of the Night by DeBarge. Lots of fun. Yes, this one made an appearance in my 1985 Backtracks video a few months ago. So it was in my countdown. Spoiler alert. So you will see me holding the vinyl record version of this in that video. So yeah, great stuff. Yes, the title track, of course, and Who's Holding Donna Now, one of the best ballads of the 80s, in my opinion. And then here we have a few where I'm filling gaps in collections. Not that I'm avidly collecting their entire discographies, but just when I find one that I don't have yet, that's adjacent to the ones that I've already gotten, I figure I might as well pick it up. In this case, we have Miami Sound Machine with the album Eyes of Innocence. This is the one before the run that I actually have already. Dr. Beat, I think, was the only hit off of this album. There might have been one more, but yeah, I figure I would expand my Gloria Estefan / Miami Sound Machine catalog just a little bit. And then this was the last album of these guys that I think that I was missing. I was not in a hurry to pick it up because it was kind of a specialty album. Bare Naked Ladies, their album Snack Time. I did not have this one. And even though I didn't have it, I kind of considered my discography of Bare Naked Ladies complete unofficially. But hey, as I said, it was right there in the thrift store. Go ahead and pick it up and make my collection legitimately complete of Bare Naked Ladies. So yes, looking forward to listening to that one. And then this one, two different St. Vinny's had this album. At one of the places, the lid of the jewel case was missing, so there was no front insert. And the disc was, well, I just didn't bother even looking at the disc. When the front insert is missing, it's like I have no interest in it. Another store had it, but the disc was really in bad shape. But this one had it, complete package, and the disc was in good condition. Turnaround by Johnny Lang. This is his fifth album. I've got his first three, I think, major label albums. I was not in a hurry to pick this one up because he kind of delves into gospel on this album. And, as you know, I'm not, yeah, sorry, picture got so dim there for a second. So, yes, I'm not much into gospel, as you guys know. But I've got, what's her name? Liz Wright. A few of her albums, and I've got at least one album, where she's kind of delved into gospel. So I figure, what's it going to hurt? So, yes, I decided to go ahead and pick this one up to expand my Johnny Lang collection. Fantastic voice on this guy. If you have never heard Johnny Lang, give him a shot. Excellent, deep, throaty, growly blues voice. Great stuff. And then this one, another one where filled a hole in my discography. I had this album a long, long time ago. Eventually got rid of it just because it was a covers album. But there it was at the thrift store. Decided to pick it up. The ABBA Generation by A-Teens, the Swedish pop group from the early 2000s. And yes, this was their first album, and they took real gamble making their first album a covers album. They could have been a flash in the pan, one hit wonder, and been nothing but an ABBA karaoke band. But they put out 2 or 3 follow-up albums. I have 2 of them, and they actually really came into their own and had some great original pop songs under their belt before they broke up. So yeah, but yes, this is a disc of ABBA covers. Pretty well done. They got good voices and stuff, but truth be told, they were ABBA covers. And one more second. Excuse me. Voice getting a little dry there. Now that was it for the haul video. I wanted to show you about 10 more CDs that I got. These were freebies. Yes, I picked up a few days ago at House of Records. On the freebie shelf, there was this rather scummy looking duffel bag. And it was just crammed full, just stuffed full of CDs. They were in horrible condition. The ones that I could see were just in terrible condition. Some of the jewel cases were in pieces, bare CDs sitting there on some of them. But I actually took a day or so to go through them, clean them up as best I could, piece things together, and I actually came up with some that were in really good condition that I'm going to give a try and add to my collection if I like them. So here we have kind of going in the same genre flow as we did with the haul. The Bob Mincer Big Band. I've never heard of these guys, but Camouflage. And judging by the track listing, it looks to be original tunes, even though they call themselves a big band. When you hear big band, you think, okay, they're doing Glenn Miller covers and that kind of thing. But this looks like original stuff. So, and recorded with discrete Class A electronics. And I guess that just means the recording equipment was electronic. I was going to say it had electronic instrumentation, but no. But yeah, Randy Brecker is in the group. I'm not seeing any other artist that looks familiar, but yeah, I figured I'd go ahead and give this a shot. Disc was in almost perfect condition. Another new age instrumental artist named Michael Manring. This is his album Drastic Measures. Never listened to his stuff before, so I figured I'd give him a shot on the Windham Hill label. So then we have a little more jazz here. An album by George Benson and Earl Klugh, which you saw a few minutes ago. An album called Collaboration, because it's a collaboration between the two artists. Aptly titled. Anyway, so yeah, I don't know if you can read the track listing on there or not, but yeah, looks interesting. I'm Of course, I love George Benson, one of my favorite jazz artists, and give Earl Clue a shot too. Then we have 2 albums by Jennifer Lopez. Discs ended up being in really good condition. We've got On the 6th. I've never given a really honest shot at Jennifer Lopez's music until now. So let's get that one. That was her debut album and her sophomore album, J-Lo. So yeah, who knows? I might actually end up enjoying Jennifer Lopez's music. I kind of like her as a person. She seems to have a really good personality, and her acting is good. So then we have a little bit more pop and rock-ish stuff here. Peace by the Eurythmics. Yeah, a Eurythmics album in there, and it's in pretty good shape. So yeah, I can't really read the track list, but give it a shot there. But yeah, I figure for free, what have I got to lose? And this is the one that was probably in the disc was in the worst condition, but still pretty decent shape. And I couldn't pass it up. David Cassidy and the Partridge Family, the definitive collection. So yeah, couldn't resist coming home with that one and giving it a shot. Yes, the rest of the CDs, yes, this was pretty much all that was salvageable. Well, actually, no, there were about 3 or 4 other ones that were salvageable, but I already had or had no interest in, so I put them in the St. Vinny's, in the donations stack. But and then these last few are kind of the most ones I was most happy to get. Here we have Peter, Paul, and Mary, their first album. Yes, in excellent shape. So yeah, very happy to have that one. And oh, this one I was probably the most happy to get. This one, The Best of Sister Sledge. Yeah, 1973 to 1985. So it covered their major part of their career. So yes, of course, all their big hits. What was there? Oh, He's the Greatest Dancer. We Are Family. Lost in Music. So yeah, very, very happy to pick this one up. And yes, it was in that free bag. Obviously, they only have so much time to go through a bag when most of it looks like it's been sitting in a basement or in a tool shed for like 10 years. So you got to do some, digging if you're going to find jewels. And let's face it, the store doesn't have the time to do that. So the person taking this stuff into the store should be responsible enough to dig through, clean the stuff up, because seriously, a store is not going to take stuff in that condition. They're not even going to bother looking at stuff in that condition. Clean the stuff up before you take it into the stores. Because in order for them to buy it from you, they have to be able to sell it to somebody else. Just remember that. Okay, lecture over. The last CD I'm showing you today is The Very Best of John Denver. It's a 2-disc set. Yes, I already have a 2-disc set of John Denver, but for some reason I might actually want to keep this one instead of that one. So, yeah. No better way than to get a John Denver collection than free. So, yes. So, I covered a lot of ground in this video. It went fast. Hopefully you enjoyed it. But yes, I think I had a great birthday. Thank you, Noah, for the birthday gift, even though it wasn't a birthday gift, but yes. And to the people I buy stuff from, whether it's in the mail or St. Vinny's stores and all that stuff, couldn't have had this good of a birthday without you guys. And yep, here's to another trip around the sun, and maybe my next birthday haul will be even better. Although I don't think anything will be as good as last year's with that haul of John Williams vinyl soundtracks. But anyway, that'll do it for this video. Be sure to like it if you liked it. And before you go, drop me some feedback in the comment section. I'd love to know what you think. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell icon to catch my future videos, hit my username to browse my old videos. Links to my socials and my favorite fellow YouTubers are in the description below. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. And remember, life's too short to be a music snob.